welcome to yet another episode of Knock Maths. Out the ballpark, flex the muscles with me, Mr. Clark. Sorry about that, just a bit vain I am. So, today we are going to be looking at our 5 times tables. Unlike our 10 times table, we're coming back to the level system for doing this. As you can see, I've already been practicing counting in 5s, up and back down. I've had a go at rubbing some of the numbers off. If you haven't done so already, go check out my introduction video, which I explain the steps that I use to mastering my times tables. So level 1 questions first of all. When I teach the 5 times table, I start off with some certain key sums to learn. So first step, level 1, 5 times 1. 5 times 1 is the first number you learn. Nice and easy. 5 times 2, when you're counting in 5s, 5 times 2 is 10. So that is always an easy one for children to remember. Also, it's going back to what they know with the 2 times table. So they're revisiting facts. I then also add into level 1, 5 times 10, because we've practiced counting in 10s. 10 times 5 is 50, 5 times 10 is 50 as well, with learning those switchers. Now the final one that I add to my level 1 is 5 times 5, and I call this my rhymer. 5 times 5 is 25. It makes it nice and easy to remember. 5 times 5 is 25. It starts to roll off the tongue. So that's my level 1. I will then get someone to ask me those questions as many times as possible until I know them like that. Okay, then I move, once I've got that, I move myself onto level 2. Now, for my level 2, I choose the questions 5 times 4, 5 times 6, and 5 times 8. Now, you will notice that these numbers, the second numbers, are all my even numbers, 4, 6, and 8. Now, these are all the ones that end in 0, because our 5 times table always ends in numbers with 5 and 0. 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0. So these are the ones that end in 0. And there's a few little tricks that I use. I look at the number 5 times 4. What's half of 4? It's 2, so it's going to be 20. 5 times 6, what's half of 6? 3, so it's 30. And 5 times 8, what's half of 8? It's 4, so it's 40. So I use that as a way of memorising. As I said, sometimes with our level 3, it's just a matter of learning it. So we then come on to the questions here. We've got 5 times 3, 5 times 7, and 5 times 9. That is my 3 level 3 questions, funnily enough. So 5 times 3 is 15, 5, 10, 15. Remember, there's no harm in first of all using our fingers to practice counting through. 5 times 7, well I know what 5 times 6 is. 5 times 6 was 30, so 5 times 7 will be 35. 5 times 9, it's my big one, it's almost there. It's not quite 5 times 10, and that is 45. So that is how I teach my 5 times table. As I said before, practice counting it back and forward, again and again. Hide the numbers, then break it down. Get someone, a good friend, to come and start asking you these questions really quick and build up through the levels. And if you do that, you will become the Beyonce of maths. I'm one step closer. One step closer.